Okay, so here's something wild. Did you know that the 2026 FIFA World Cup final between Spain and Argentina was decided by just one goal in extra time? One single moment determined the champion of the world.
That's incredible, and it's just one of the stories we're diving into today. Let's get started.
Welcome to DeActa Daily Digest. I'm Joseph.
And I'm Juniper. Here are today's top stories.
First up, the World Cup final. Spain versus Argentina at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. It doesn't get much bigger than this. Two footballing titans, a packed stadium, and millions watching around the globe. What stood out to you about this match, Juniper?
Honestly, it's the sheer drama of it all. Spain's precision and Argentina's passion clashing on the world's biggest stage. And then there's the fact that it all came down to one goal in extra time. That's the kind of tension that keeps fans on the edge of their seats.
Exactly. And the venue itself, MetLife Stadium, is such a statement. It's a place we usually associate with NFL games, but here it is hosting the pinnacle of global soccer. It's a reminder of how much the sport has grown in the US over the years.
Right, and it's not just about the game itself. The article laid out so many ways for fans to watch. Fox, Peacock, YouTube TV, Fubo, Hulu plus Live TV. It's almost overwhelming how many options there are now. And then there's the whole VPN angle for accessing international streams. It's a completely different viewing landscape than it was even a decade ago.
It really is. The mention of VPNs was interesting because it shows how far fans will go to watch their team. Whether it's finding a free stream on BBC iPlayer or using a service like ExpressVPN, people are getting creative. It's almost like the World Cup has become a tech event as much as a sports event.
And let's not forget the costs. Those streaming services aren't cheap. YouTube TV, for example, is $67.99 a month after the trial. For a one-off event like the World Cup final, it might be worth it. But for regular sports fans, managing multiple subscriptions can get expensive fast.
Absolutely. But let's talk about the game itself. Spain's 1-0 win in extra time. What a way to decide a World Cup final. The stakes couldn't have been higher, and every moment of that match must have been electric.
It's the kind of moment that defines careers and lives in fans' memories forever. And the fact that it was decided by a single goal in extra time? That's the kind of drama you can't script. It's why people love this sport.
And speaking of unforgettable moments, that brings us to Mark Fratto, the announcer who called the match. His journey to that point is just as fascinating as the game itself. From college games to the World Cup final, what a career.
What really stood out to me was how much preparation he put into it. Well, he wasn't just reading names off a list. Well, he was tracking down accurate pronunciations from embassies, restaurants, even friends. That level of detail shows how seriously he takes his role.
And it's not just about the names. Fratto talked about respecting the players and the fans, making sure everyone feels recognized. For some fans, this might be their only World Cup, and he wanted to make it special for them. That's a level of care you don't always see.
And then there's the logistical side of things. He mentioned how poor air quality from Canadian wildfires forced them to do some rehearsals on the morning of the match. Can you imagine the pressure of finalizing everything just hours before kickoff?
It's incredible, and yet he delivered. He even got to announce the pregame tribute to Lionel Messi, which must have been surreal. Messi is a legend, and to be part of that moment, on the mic, in front of tens of thousands of fans, must have been unforgettable.
And then the goal in extra time. Fratto described the intensity of that moment, with one side celebrating and the other devastated. It's a reminder of how much these events mean to people. For him, it wasn't just about announcing the score, it was about capturing the emotion of the moment.
Exactly. And I loved how he closed the event by congratulating Spain. It's such a small detail, but it adds a sense of closure and respect. After the match, he even got to step onto the pitch and exchange farewells with FIFA officials. What a way to cap off the experience.
And now he's back to his regular job with the Washington Commanders. It's a testament to his professionalism that he's already thinking about the next challenge. He's not resting on his laurels.
No, he's not. And that brings us to our final story, which is very different, but equally important. The situation in the West Bank village of Kusra. This is a deeply troubling story about settlers blockading homes and the broader tensions in the region.
It really is. The fact that families are essentially under siege with settlers pitching tents and refusing to leave is alarming. And the back and forth between the settlers and Israeli forces only adds to the uncertainty. These residents are living in fear, not knowing if their homes will be taken over.
And the larger context makes it even more concerning. The article mentioned a surge in settler-related violence this year with over 1,400 attacks reported. That's a staggering number. It's not just isolated incidents, it's part of a broader pattern.
Right. And the Israeli government's response has been criticized as inadequate. Moving enforcement from the military to the police might sound like a step forward, but rights groups argue it won't change much. The army is still the primary security actor, and they'll need to support police operations.
Exactly. And for the residents of Kusra, the immediate concern is survival. They're trying to protect their homes, but they're up against settlers who often return even after being removed. It's a cycle that seems impossible to break.
And it's not just about the homes. It's about the larger issue of settlements and the future of the West Bank. The article mentioned that 2.8 million Palestinians live under Israeli military administration, alongside more than 560,000 settlers. That's a complex and deeply unequal situation.
It is. And the political context adds another layer. With elections coming up in Israel, there's pressure to cater to ultranationalist constituencies. That makes it even harder to address these issues in a meaningful way.
It's a heartbreaking situation, and it's one that doesn't have easy answers. But it's important to keep these stories in the spotlight. The people of Kusra deserve to be heard.
Absolutely. So, we've covered a lot today, from the drama of the World Cup final to the behind-the-scenes work of an announcer, and finally, to the struggles of a village in the West Bank. It's a reminder of how diverse and interconnected our world is.
It really is. And each of these stories, in its own way, highlights the resilience of people, whether it's athletes, announcers, or villagers fighting to protect their homes. There's a lot to reflect on.
There is. And on that note, let's wrap up for today. Thanks for the conversation. It's always great to dive into these stories with you.
Likewise, until next time.